You've heard the advice your entire life. Maybe it came from a well-meaning relative, or you read it in a health article decades ago. Never drink water with your meals. You were told it dilutes your stomach acid, that it stops digestion, and worst of all, that it stops your body from absorbing the protein you need to stay strong. So you've been careful. You eat your chicken breast, your fish, your whey protein shake. You avoid water, just like you were told. But you still feel weak. You still feel that frustrating muscle loss, that sarcopenia creeping in. You still worry about your strength, your balance, and your independence. Well, today, I have to tell you something, and it's critical. That advice is almost completely wrong. In fact, multiple studies and reports from institutions like the Mayo Clinic confirm that drinking a normal amount of water with your meal actually helps digestion. But, and this is the most important part of this entire video, that old myth is so dangerous because it hides a different truth, a truth that nobody is talking about. The real problem isn't chemical. It's not about dilution. The real problem is physical. It's about volume. And the reason your efforts to eat more protein are failing, the reason you're not stopping muscle loss, is very likely because of when and how much you drink. It's because you are unintentionally sabotaging your ability to reach a magic number of protein at every single meal. Stay with me, because in this video, I'm going to debunk the protein absorption myth once and for all. I will show you the real enemy that is silently stopping you from getting stronger, and I will give you the simple, two-step hydration timing protocol that will finally unlock your body's ability to absorb protein and rebuild the muscle you deserve. The scientific debunking, why the acid dilution myth is wrong. First, we have to clear the table. We have to completely dismantle this idea that a glass of water can defeat your stomach. This stomach acid dilution myth sounds plausible, which is why it has survived for so long. But it's based on a complete misunderstanding of how the human stomach actually works. Many people imagine the stomach as a passive bag, like a plastic pouch. They think if you pour water into it, you just dilute whatever is in there, like adding water to a glass of orange juice. This could not be further from the truth. Your stomach is an intelligent, powerful, and highly adaptive digestive machine. Think of it more like a high-tech concrete mixer. When it's empty, it's small. When food enters, especially protein, the stomach walls detect it. They stretch, they churn, and most importantly, they receive a signal to produce acid. And not just any acid. We're talking about hydrochloric acid, or HCl. This is one of the most powerful acids in existence, with a pH between 1.5 and 3.5. That is strong enough to dissolve zinc. Your body produces this powerful acid on demand. When you eat a 6-ounce steak, your stomach doesn't just use the acid it has sitting around. It gets a signal and says, "We have a large protein load. Full production. Now." And it secretes more HCl and more pepsin, the enzyme that breaks down protein, to match the exact size and composition of that meal. So what happens when you drink a glass of water? Does this powerful adaptive system just give up? Absolutely not. First, water doesn't stick around for long. It's absorbed very quickly, much faster than solid food. Second, if the stomach's sensors detect that the pH has risen even slightly, its response is immediate. It simply secretes more acid until the environment is back to its perfect, highly acidic operating level. Your stomach is a master of maintaining its environment. A glass of water is no match for it. In fact, as the Mayo Clinic and other digestive health experts point out, water helps the process. Water softens your food, especially tough proteins and fibers. It helps turn that solid steak into the liquid slurry, called chyme, that your body can actually work with. It acts as a transport medium, helping the enzymes like pepsin move around and attack the protein molecules from all sides. So, let's be perfectly clear. Drinking a normal amount of water with your meal is good for digestion. It does not stop protein absorption on a chemical level. This brings us to the critical open loop. If the science is so clear, why do so many of us still feel bloated? Why do we feeling full after eating little? And most importantly, if the water isn't stopping digestion, why are we still losing muscle? It's because we have all been focused on the wrong enemy. We were told to worry about a chemical war that doesn't exist, while the real physical war was happening right under our noses. The real enemy, the nutritional battlefield. This is the most important part of the video, the part that finally connects your frustration with a real scientific answer. The problem isn't the chemistry of water. The problem is the physics of water. The real enemy, the one that is actively sabotaging your muscle health, is a two-part problem. The first enemy is a physical condition called early satiety. This is the medical term for feeling full too quickly. As we get older, many parts of our body become less flexible. Our skin, our joints, and yes, our stomach. There's a specific function called gastric accommodation. That's the stomach's ability to relax and stretch like a balloon to accommodate or make room for a large meal. Studies published in journals like PLOS One and by the National Institutes of Health confirm that for many seniors, this function declines with age. Your stomach simply doesn't stretch as well as it did at 30. It gets full faster on less food. Now, let's introduce the second enemy. This is the nutritional secret that is the key to stopping muscle loss after 60. The enemy is called anabolic resistance. Anabolic means to build up. In this case, building muscle. Resistance means your body is resisting the signal to build. Here's what that means in simple terms. When you were 25 years old, you could eat a small 15-gram serving of protein, maybe 2 eggs, and your body would say, "Great, protein is here. Let's build muscle." That 15 grams was enough to flip the switch for muscle protein synthesis, or MPS. But after 60, 65, and even 70, your body changes. It becomes deaf or resistant to that small signal. That same 15 grams of protein does almost nothing. Your body says, "I don't hear anything. No signal received." To overcome this anabolic resistance, modern science, as published in journals like Today's Geriatric Medicine, has shown that seniors need a much higher threshold of protein in a single meal. They need a big, loud signal. What is that magic number? The consensus from geriatric nutritionists in 2024 and 2025 is clear. You need a minimum of 25 to 30 grams of protein in one sitting just to flip that muscle-building switch on. For some, it may be as high as 40 grams. If you get 20 grams, nothing happens. If you get 15 grams, nothing happens. You must hit that 25 to 30 gram threshold. Now, let's put the two enemies together. This is the disaster scenario that is happening at dinner tables across America and Canada every single night. Here is you. You are over 60. You want to stop muscle loss after 60. You know you need to eat protein. So for dinner, you prepare a beautiful 6-ounce salmon fillet. A 6-ounce salmon fillet contains approximately 34 grams of protein. This is perfect. This is above the 30-gram threshold. This meal will build muscle. But you follow that old healthy habit. To make sure you're hydrated, you drink a large 16-ounce 500 milliliters glass of water right before or during the meal. What happens? That 16 ounces of water hits your stomach. Your stomach, which already has reduced gastric accommodation, now has 16 ounces of zero protein, zero calorie liquid filling up its valuable space. You start eating the salmon. You eat about half of it, maybe 3 or 4 ounces, and you suddenly feel stuffed. You feel that early satiety. You say, "Oh, I'm full. I can't eat another bite," so you stop. How much protein did you just eat? You ate about 17 grams. What did we just learn? 17 grams is below the 25 to 30 gram threshold. You failed. Your body did not hear the signal. The muscle-building switch was not flipped. Your effort was wasted. This is the real protein absorption myth. This is the true senior nutrition mistakes that no one is talking about. It's not that the water diluted your acid. It's that the water stole the space that your protein needed. You are unintentionally letting a glass of water sabotage your one and only goal: to eat enough protein in one sitting to actually make a difference. You are winning the hydration battle, but losing the war against sarcopenia. This has to stop. The strategic solution: hydration timing. So, what is the solution? The solution is not to stop drinking water. That is dangerous. Hydration for seniors is critical. The solution is to get smart. The solution is strategic hydration timing. Our new goal is simple. We must protect the gastric space at mealtimes at all costs. We must separate our goal of 1. Hydration from our goal of 2. Nutrition. They cannot happen at the same time. Here is the simple 2-step protocol. This is the how to improve protein digestion and absorption by fixing the real problem. Step 1. Hydrate between meals. This is when you do your heavy drinking. This is when you drink your main glasses of water for the day. The golden rule is to drink your water away from your meals. A great habit is to drink a full glass of water 30 to 60 minutes before your meal. This gives your body time to absorb that water, get it out of the stomach, and rehydrate your tissues. It also means you arrive at the mealtime with your stomach empty and ready for its real job. Then, you drink again 60 to 90 minutes after your meal. This is your primary hydration window. Between meals. Not at them. Step 2. Sip. Don't chug during meals. Now, am I saying you must sit at the dinner table with a dry mouth? No, of course not. If you are thirsty, or if you need a little water to help the food go down, that is perfectly fine. But the key is volume. Your new rule at the dinner table is this: sip, don't chug. Have a small glass of water, perhaps 4 to 6 ounces, 120–180 ml. Take small sips only when you need them to make the meal more comfortable. Your goal is to assist the meal, not to compete with it for space. By following this 2-step protocol, you achieve both goals perfectly. 1. You stay fully hydrated throughout the day by drinking between meals. 2. You arrive at your high-protein breakfast, lunch, and dinner with a stomach that is empty and ready to accept the full 25 to 30 gram threshold of protein. You need to fight muscle loss. You are no longer letting water steal the space from your protein. I also want to add a quick but critical bonus warning. This rule applies even more to other drinks. Do not drink sugary juices, sodas, or even large glasses of milk with your high-protein meal. These not only steal valuable stomach space, but they also add empty calories and sugars that can spike your blood glucose, which is another topic entirely. Prioritize the protein. Protect the threshold. So let's bring this all home. For decades, we've been told to worry about the stomach acid dilution myth. It's wrong. It was a distraction. The real silent enemy for senior health is a two-front war: a stomach that gets fuller faster, called early satiety, and a body that requires a higher dose of protein to build muscle, called anabolic resistance. The battle is won or lost based on volume. You can stop muscle loss after 60, but you cannot do it if you are filling your stomach with water instead of the 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein you need at every meal. Win the war against sarcopenia. Prioritize your protein at your meals. Prioritize your water between your meals. Now, I have to be honest. I want to hear from you. How many glasses of water do you typically drink with your meals? Have you often found yourself feeling too full to finish the chicken or fish on your plate? Share your experience in the comments below. It helps the whole community learn. And now that you know the correct timing for your water, the next critical step is knowing what to drink and what to avoid. In my next video, I'll reveal the 5 so-called healthy drinks that could actually be harming your health. Click the video on the screen to watch that next. Thank you for your time. This content is for informational purposes only and does not constitute medical advice. Please consult your doctor before making any changes to your diet or treatment.